If you're a person like me who loves women and wants to have a wonderful life with a wonderful woman and respect her and never raise a hard hand against, I never raise my voice to my wife because I'm so enamored of her. You have to find that woman. You have to find a woman who doesn't need to be smacked around in order to behave in a civilized way. And that's.
Whoops. In great news for Elon, Tesla's sales dropped double digits in the United States, while every other EV market is growing. Tesla sales dropped by double digits in California. California is the biggest market for EVs in the United States by a wide margin. In fact, if it wasn't for California, the United States would be even further lagging behind the rest of the world in EV adoption. For years, Tesla dominated that market, but people in California are like, get fucked, Elon. Just get fucked. California New Car Dealers Association has released its Q4 2024 report, and Tesla saw its first annual drop in sales. Where are they down here? Tesla in 2023, 230,000 cars, down 30,000 the next year, 11.6% drop. So couldn't have happened to a shittier person. Happy for you, Elon. Who the fuck? He doesn't give a shit. He's just out here. He just abandoned all his companies, and he's out here trying to steal aid from people who desperately need it while his companies fall apart. Cool. Andrew Klavan. Have you guys heard of Andrew Klavan? Let me just show you who he is first, and let's play a game called Judge Them by Their Appearance. I'm just going to pull up. We're going to judge this person by their appearance. And I'm just going to ask you, judging strictly by their appearance, is this man a racist? Is this man a sexist? Is this man a bigot? Well, let's find out. Here's what he had to say about women.
And there's a poem that Rudyard Kipling put in the second Jungle Book called The Law of the Jungle. It's not one of his best poems, but it just opens with these two lines. This is the law of the jungle, as old and as true as the sky, and the wolf that shall keep it may prosper, but the wolf that shall break it must die. And then he goes into all the details of the law of the jungle. And it just describes the fact that there are certain things that may not be nice, that may not be fair, that may not even be good, but if you don't follow them, you die. And that's an important point in governance, okay? Because,
I'm so tired of conservatives being like, some things are just true. That's what they say now. Like, I know that the data doesn't back it up, and I know it's not politically correct, but some things are just true. And then immediately after that, they're going to say something that, one, isn't true, and two, is one of the isms.
Here's a sad story. This is the kind of thing that I should never say out loud, but I'm going to say it out loud.
See, he even had it. He's like, I really shouldn't say this. Fuck it, I'm going to say it. That's what happens when you get to be Andrew Klavan's age and nobody has ever done anything about you being a bigot.
The women who wind up in the hospital because they were beaten by their boyfriends or husbands threw the first punch. I don't have the exact figures, but it's a substantial number of women who got in a fight with their husbands or their boyfriends, and they threw a punch, the husband punched them back, and the woman is in the hospital. If you watch movies in which girls beat up men and win sword fights and things like that, you think, well, why would that be? But that's what happens. A woman punches a man, her hand breaks, and if he gets angry and he doesn't restrain himself, he's going to punch her back. That's the law of the jungle. Now,
we don't live in a jungle. If a woman punches a man first and winds up hospitalized, after receiving care, that woman will face assault charges. We don't have different laws for women and men. If a woman punches a man first, it starts an altercation. That woman's going to be charged with assault. That's how this works. But he's like, that's why they're in the hospital. They threw the first punch. All right. Well, if a kid punches me, if my daughter punches me, do I punch her in the face? No, you don't do that. I mean, I guess I could say morally I was justified. I don't know. So don't hit them back. How about that? If they hit you and you don't wind up hospitalized, and then you hit them and they wind up hospitalized, you're a dirtbag. Sure, the law might be on your side. You're still a dirtbag. But listen to where he goes with this.
If you're a person like me who loves women and wants to have a wonderful life with a wonderful woman and respect her and never raise a hard hand against, I never raise my voice to my wife because I'm so enamored of her, you have to find that woman. You have to find a woman who doesn't need to be smacked around in order to behave in a civilized way. And that's.
Whoops. We're going to go back. Let's say that again.
You have to find that woman. You have to find a woman who doesn't need to be smacked around in order to behave in a civilized way. And that's the way.
That's the key. Find yourself a good woman. Most women need to be smacked around in order to act in a civilized way, but you've got to do your due diligence. And if you don't want to hit women, you got to find a woman who doesn't have to be smacked in order to act in a civilized way. This is Andrew Klavan. He's on the Daily Wire. This is Ben Shapiro's network. This person gets paid by Ben Shapiro to give commentary like this. Is Andrew Klavan Mormon? I have a sneaking suspicion he might be Mormon. Let's see. That undershirt is giving me real Mormon vibes. All right, he's not. Ashkenazi Jew. All right.
You do it. You avoid the women who don't respect you. If a woman respects her husband, obviously her husband should treat her like the queen of the world. But if a woman hits her husband,
but no, Andrew Klavan.
Obviously, her husband should treat her like the queen of the world. But if a woman hits her husband, he should never hit her back, but he will. She will learn what it's like to live with somebody who's bigger, meaner, tougher, stronger than she is. That's the law of the jungle. It's not right.
Who teaches the man the law of the jungle? Who's teaching the man in this scenario? Because if the man is this biggest, strongest, this is called patriarchy. We're bigger, so we rule.
It's not good. The guy should be arrested, but it will happen. That is the way things work. And that's why Andrew Tate has some kind of panache with young people, because he says this out loud and nobody ever says it out loud. That doesn't create a responsibility in you to beat your wife. It creates a responsibility in you to find a woman who will respect you so you can treat her as she deserves to be treated.
So you don't have to beat her. You know what I mean? Like, that's what Andrew Tate's really saying. Sorry, I got some weird like green screen shit. Let me change the lighting. It's driving me nuts. I don't know if that'll fix it. It did not fix it. What if I change this type of lighting? It made it worse. Worse. A little better. Sorry about the green screen lighting, guys. We're just going to have to deal with it today, I guess. I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, like Andrew Tate, what he's teaching us is simply that it's the law of the jungle. By the way, I didn't even add this in here. I didn't forgot about Andrew Tate. Let me just show you. If we search Andrew Tate right now on Twitter, his friend Andrew Tate. Here's the first thing you find with Andrew Tate on Twitter. This is from today, I believe. Might have been yesterday. Seized Tate brothers' money to help victims of violence and abuse. Money seized by Devon and Cornwall police from controversial YouTuber and self-proclaimed misogynist Andrew Tate will be used to help support victims of violence against women and girls. Andrew Tate currently is under investigation and is going to be found guilty of not only abusing women, but trafficking women. I believe there's some rape charges there. I believe he has charges regarding underage girls as well. And Andrew Klavan's like, he's a little brash for me, but he makes a lot of good points.